we will seek the support of the media. Through you today, I wish to reach out to the rank and file in the army and inform them that should anyone have any kind of grievance of whatever nature, rather than indirectly communicating their grievances, we have a excellent grievances redressal mechanism that exists in the army. And today I would like to announce that I have issued orders that in the army headquarters we will have a chief of army staff suggestion cum grievances box placed at various places. We will follow suit with similar chief of army staff redressal and grievances boxes being placed at the command headquarters and then subsequently to the lower formations. Anyone, irrespective of rank, service, can use these mechanisms for putting in whatever they wish to write into these letter boxes so that the grievances reach directly to me and through me these can be addressed. But I would like to highlight that a soldier is a soldier if he addresses his grievances directly, penning his name down on that. We will ensure that the identity of his name is not disclosed because these will come in sealed envelopes into these boxes and directly to me in my office. We will then delete the name of the officer or the Jawan, whoever it may be, before any action is taken. But we would like that people come directly to us rather than resorting to coming to the social media for other means. Let the troops have the confidence in the senior leadership in the army that their grievances, genuine or otherwise, whatever they may be, will be addressed in right earnest and that they will get an appropriate response. If dissatisfied, they can use other means. Through you, I want to communicate to the rank and file that this is the grievance redressal mechanism that we will adopt. And I am confident the rank and file will adhere to the guidelines that are being communicated. Social media is a two-sided weapon. It can be used favorably. It sometimes has a detrimental effect. And therefore direct communication with the senior leadership is the best form of communication. We are not close to communication. We would like the communication system in the army to remain open at all times. If somebody feels aggrieved, feels things are going wrong, well, he has a right to communicate the wrongs that are happening. They can also communicate the goods that are happening. That's why I am calling it suggestion cum grievances box. It is for both. It is important for me at the helms of the army sitting here in the army headquarters, where our soldiers are deployed far away, in far-flung areas operating under difficult conditions, to get a feel from them as to what are the conditions in which they are operating. And I think that is the best way to ensure that we maintain efficiency, we ensure that the health of the army is at highest levels, and it is through you that I wish to communicate this to the rank and file, to have confidence in the senior leadership in the army. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you all for being here today and spare your time. I look forward to your support in the future, and I am sure that together, if we synergize our effort, can make both wings stronger. The army and the media at the end will both emerge stronger, because you will have excellent human interest stories to write about, and through you we will project the correct image of the army to the nation and to anybody who's reading or watching. Thank you and Jai Hind. I am now open to any questions that there may be. One by one, please.
Yes, enjoy.
Afternoon, sir. Times now. Sir, you spoke about this box that you're starting here and in the command headquarters subsequently. So there have been one or two issues, grievances that have come up. Your Eastern Army commander has spoken about men in the shadows who have been troubling him. Will the army look into the issue, because he is your Eastern Army commander, he's an old friend of yours. So will this grievance be addressed? And also the case of the last night. Would you like to say anything on that, please?
Do we take more questions or we answer one by
One more.
one? There are two questions that have been raised. Firstly, as far as the Eastern Army Commander is concerned, we have both reached out to each other. Ever since I was appointed as the Chief of our Army, I have reached out to him, he has reached out to me. All that he has told me is that I accept the decision of the government and I will support you and the organization till the end. On my side, I have said that the decision has been taken by the government and I very humbly accept the responsibilities and tasks that have been entrusted to me. When he did speak to his command on the 31st, he did mention this to me, that he has spoken to the command. And there too he said that he has mentioned that he has accepted the decision of the government and will continue to support the organization. If there is anything that needs to be investigated, as I said, and if it is brought to my notice, we will look into it. Coming down to what has emerged in the social media yesterday about the Jawan from the Rajput regiment, I would like to now narrate an anecdote linked to this. As a young officer, my battalion used to be in Dehradun, and of course the Lieutenant General was a senior company commander. I was a young IO in those days, and we used to carry out practice for mobilization. Mobilization is when the senior commander comes and says, okay, a siren is blown, and the entire unit has to prepare for mobilization, and you collect in a place where the complete battalion collects with their mobilization stores. You have your F-echelon vehicles, the B-echelon vehicles. It is as if you are going for deployment to the borders for doing up your duty. So finally, after everything had happened and the commanding officer gave the report to the brigade commander, he came on the site and he went around meeting the boys and very innocently asked one of the JCOs, "साहब अभी आप लोग क्या कर रहे हैं?" He said, "साहब अभी हम लोग scheme कर रहे हैं." So then he went around, met couple of go boys and he said, "अभी आप लोग क्या कर रहे हो?" He said, "साहब हम लोग अभी scheme कर रहे हैं." So he walked out. He said, "This is not a satisfactory answer. I want people to tell me what are they doing here, what are they mobilized here for, what is their task." He said, "I am coming back next week." And we broke off. He broke off, he was quite angry. And next week again the mobilization was ordered and we had briefed all our people. So he came again, met one Jawan and he said, "Jawan क्या कर रहे हो?" He said, "साहब हम लोग मोबिलाइजेशन की तैयारी कर रहे हैं। इसे और क्या कर रहे हैं? उसने कहा और सर अभी हम लोग यहाँ से अपना अपना हथियार लेके एमुनिशन लेके बॉर्डर पे जाएंगे। इसे और क्या करोगे? उसने कहा और सर बॉर्डर पे जाएंगे, फिर वहां पे माइन लेइंग का रिहर्सल करेंगे, फिर और क्या करोगे? उसने बोला सर और हम अपने बंकर साफ करेंगे, डीसीपी पे जाएंगे, वहां सफाई करेंगे, और क्या करोगे? और सर वहां पेट्रोलिंग प्रोग्राम मिलेगा, पेट्रोलिंग प्रोग्राम के हिसाब से हम लोग फिर वहां पेट्रोलिंग की कार्रवाई करेंगे। उसने बोला और क्या करोगे? उसने बोला सर और स्कीम करेंगे। So the commander got angry. He said, there you are. I've been telling you that you have don't brief your people. Again they are saying scheme karenge. So you know what happens is, if you are looking for an answer in a person, then you can get the answer of that. You can get that kind of an answer which you wish to get from that person. You know, so, but for that you got to dig deep and search for that answer. So all that I would like to highlight is that yes, this boy had a grievance. The grievance is that he did not like some of the duties that are performed by a Sahayak. I think before I go any further, it is important for me to help you understand the role of a Sahayak. Ladies and gentlemen, the media, the Sahayak in the army is actually a buddy. And what does that imply? In the army, we always operate in pairs. We never leave a person alone. We always operate in pairs, and there is a reason for it. Reason for it is that when you are going in operations, it is one person who moves, the other gives you fire support. Then the second person moves, the first one gives you fire support. You never move singly. We call it one leg on the ground. So when an officer is there, it is difficult to put two officers in a buddy system. You can never have the luxury of having two officers forming a buddy. So every officer has a buddy who is his Sahayak. We call him a Sahayak because he does his odd job for him and he becomes his buddy. He takes care of the officer and vice versa, and the officer takes care of his buddy. And this buddy system is a very important part of our organization. Now the same buddy in operations carries a radio set. He becomes his radio set operator. Because the commander is expected to take decisions, a company commander or a platoon commander is expected to take decisions and control his subunit. So it's the buddy who carries this radio set and provides him the support. In peace stations, this buddy helps him with everything. For example, when you have to go, your day starts every morning with PT. He is the one who comes, normally with your cup of tea in the morning, wakes you up, and then gets your dress ready and you go for PT. And he also joins you for PT. So what happens is, he comes prepared, he comes ready. So maybe yes, he has to wake up 1 hour before he wakes you up because he's got to get ready, dressed up for the PT, come and prepare you for PT, then you go for PT. After you come back from PT, he prepares your dress because there is only 45 minutes to 1 hour the time that is available to an officer to change from his PT dress and go for his first parade, that is the office. So he helps you, he prepares your accoutrements. And these accoutrements means sometimes polishing your, brassware, polishing your belt and your boots. Now this buddy system is a system which I said is a very personal relationship between the officer and his buddy, and the buddy and the officer. Now there are some people who cannot do this task, who don't like to do the task of a buddy. It is like saying, when you select an ADC, when I select an ADC, I ask an officer, are you willing to come as my ADC? Similarly, when a MA or a deputy MS is called for, he volunteers for it. He is not picked up because not very many people feel happy doing such kind of duties. So if a person, whenever he has a grievance to say that I cannot perform this task, then he says so. Then he says so and says, this is not a task which I am very happy to perform. And he is let off and says somebody else who wants to perform this task can come for it. So this Jawan who felt aggrieved, fortunately has never been a buddy. He is not performing the duties of a Sahayak. He happens to be a driver. What he has come out with is saying that I have generally seen that the people who are being employed as buddies are not happy because they are being put to tasks such as cleaning shoes, cleaning an officer's car, which are not the tasks. All of these are not the tasks that a body is expected to perform. But preparing your kit, your leather accoutrements is part of the charter of a body. So here all I wish to highlight is that he had a mechanism if he felt aggrieved that he did not want to do this job. All he had to do was to walk up to his company commander or his battalion commander or wherever a superior officer was there, or even his CHM or his JCO, Junior Commissioned Officer Platoon Commander, and come out with his grievances there. But the manner in which he has come out with his grievances is not the best way. That is why I am trying to say, if other forms of communication are failing in our subunits, then I am setting a mechanism where the senior leadership will take the call. But I am quite sure that as of now, there is no breakdown of communication at the lower level. But if the lower level, the Jawans so feel that their grievances are not being heard and there is a breakdown in the communication, or that their grievances are not being addressed in the correct perspective, then we will bring in better mechanisms which I have highlighted. I am not saying this is something new. The suggestion grievances box exists at various formation levels depending on the personality of the commander or how he wishes to address grievances. Some people want to talk it out. Some people visit whenever during their visit meet and say anybody who has a grievance, I will meet them. And here is another mechanism which I have said, okay, and the Chief of the Army Staff also, we will address the grievances in this manner. I hope I have answered your questions.
Rajiv Ranjan. Yeah.
राजीव रंजन, एनडीटी मीडिया। सर, मेरा सवाल यज्ञ प्रताप से सिलसिले में ही है। जो आपने कहा कि एक सिस्टम बना हुआ है, उसके अंदर अपनी बात वो कहे, कहीं न कहीं उस सिस्टम में उसको शायद उतना ट्रस्ट नहीं रहा, चाहे बीएसएफ की बात ले लीजिए, चाहे सीआरपीएफ की बात ले लीजिए, तो उसे दूसरे सिस्टम का सहारा लेना पड़ रहा है। इन पूरे मुद्दे को आप कैसे देख रहे हैं और ये कहाँ जा रहा है? एक ट्रस्ट डिफिसिट हो रहा है, आपस में विश्वास टूट रहा है, तो फिर आगे तो ये और बढ़ता चला जाएगा और उसके पास कोई दूसरा चारा नहीं होगा, फिर सुरक्षा कैसे होगी, बाकी कैसे होगा? पूरे मुद्दे को आप कैसे देख रहे हैं सर? और उसकी वाइफ ने आज ये भी कहा कि सेना की ओर से धमकी भी मिल रही कि अपना बयान को वापस लेने की।
देखिए, जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि कम्युनिकेशन का ब्रेकडाउन कभी नहीं होना चाहिए। जवान अगर कोई भी कार्रवाई करता है वो कम्युनिकेशन के जरिए ही करता है। अगर वो जवान छुट्टी जाता है तो बगैर बताए तो छुट्टी जाएगा नहीं, किसी को बताएगा कि साहब मैं इस समय छुट्टी जाना चाहता हूँ, लीव प्लान बनता है हमारे यहाँ, उसके हिसाब से छुट्टी जाता है। तो ये तो कहना गलत होगा कि कम्युनिकेशन ब्रेकडाउन हो गया है। इसका मतलब उसका कम्युनिकेशन का जरिया रहा होगा, लेकिन हो सकता है कि उसकी जो कोई तकलीफ रही होगी उसका उसे सही तरीके से जवाब नहीं मिला या वो उस जवाब से सहमत नहीं था। अगर वो उस जवाब से सहमत नहीं था तो उसको सहमत करने के लिए हो सकता है कि उसकी कार्रवाई जो है एक लेवल ऊपर जानी चाहिए थी, उससे एक लेवल ऊपर जानी चाहिए थी। और इस तरीके से अगर उसके जो इमीडिएट जो ओहदेदार हैं, उसके ऊपर वाले ओहदेदार हैं, अगर वो उसको सहमत नहीं करा सकते तो अगला चैनल होता है जो उसे सहमत करा सकता है। और जब तक वो सहमत नहीं होता उसके पास जरिया है ऊपर आने का, और कि भाई मेरे को ये तकलीफ है और मुझे जो जवाब मिल रहा है मैं उससे सहमत नहीं। तो मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि जब तक कम्युनिकेशन खुला रहेगा तब तक ये कार्रवाई चलते रहेगी। लेकिन मैं इसके साथ ये भी कहना चाहूंगा कि 12 लाख से ज्यादा हमारी फौज है, इसमें किसी ना किसी ग्रीवेंस तो रहते हैं, लेकिन कई बार क्या होता है ग्रीवेंसेस का कारण कुछ और होता है और उसका, लेकिन वो खुले तरीके से अपना जो ग्रीवेंस है उसका विवरण नहीं कर सकता। तो कई बार क्या होता है वो उसकी जो अंदर की जो भावनाएं होती हैं उसके अंदर दबी रहती हैं और वो ग्रीवेंसेस को निकालने के दूसरे जरिए फिर सोचता है। वो मतलब खुले होकर अपनी ग्रीवेंसेस किसी के आगे बोल नहीं पा रहा है और उसके अंदर कुछ